Love is a serious mental disease. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. All is flux, nothing stays still. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. He was a wise man who invented God. Those who tell the stories rule society. There is truth in wine and children. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. Courage is knowing what not to fear. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. You should not honor men more than truth. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. The beginning is the most important part of the work. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed, by the masses. A house that has a library in it has a soul. How can you prove whether at this moment we are sleeping and all our thoughts are a dream, or whether we are awake and talking to one another in the waking state? Necessity is the mother of invention. Bodily exercise, when compulsory, does no harm to the body, but knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Character is simply habit long continued. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Musical innovation is full of danger to the state, for when modes of music change, the fundamental laws of the state always change with them. You're my star, a stargazer too, and I wish that I were heaven, with a billion eyes to look at you. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Love is born into every human being. It calls back the halves of our original nature together. It tries to make one out of two and heal the wound of human nature. True friendship can exist only between equals. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild, and lawless. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Nothing beautiful without struggle. Writing is the geometry of the soul. I would teach children music, physics, and philosophy, but most importantly music, for the patterns in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. For this feeling of wonder shows that you are a philosopher, since wonder is the only beginning of philosophy. Have you ever sensed that our soul is immortal and never dies? Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. Love is the pursuit of the whole. If a man can be properly said to love something, it must be clear that he feels affection for it as a whole, and does not love part of it to the exclusion of the rest. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. The first and best victory is to conquer self. No wealth can ever make a bad man at peace with himself. No human thing is of serious importance. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. The difficulty, my friends, is not in avoiding death, but in avoiding unrighteousness, for that runs faster than death. Love is the name for our pursuit of wholeness, for our desire to be complete. Man is a being in search of meaning. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. How could they see anything but the shadows if they were never allowed to move their heads? Books are immortal sons defying their sires. The soul takes flight to the world that is invisible, but there arriving she is sure of bliss and forever dwells in paradise. Either we shall find what it is we are seeking, or at least we shall free ourselves from the persuasion that we know what we do not know. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. He whom loves touches not walks in darkness. All I really know is the extent of my own ignorance. A dog has the soul of a philosopher. As we part ways, my fellow rational rebel and seekers of wisdom, remember the wisdom of our time together. Just as we seek truth and knowledge, seek the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification bell, for in the pursuit of enlightenment, these actions shall be your guiding stars, leading you to the well of future videos of wisdom and our critical conditioning. And in the spirit of spreading the light, don't hesitate to share this video with fellow truth seekers who thirst for knowledge. Ultimately, consider supporting our quest for wisdom by donating through PayPal or the ever-timeless method of Bitcoin. Great minds would agree that cryptocurrency is the modern philosopher's currency. Bitcoin is like wisdom for your wallet. For every contribution is a step closer to the truth.